Welcome to the Corporation of the Township of Bollinger Valley. We're here for our committee meeting at 3 o'clock on May the 3rd. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Mr. Chair, if I may, at the end of Jason's report, if we could move the closed session on winter maintenance so that we're not bringing Jason back.
Yep.
And also, I believe that the cost of living allowance closed session can be removed. It was Merv that wanted to speak to it, unless other members of committee want to speak to it.
Okay, no, I have no problem with taking that up.
And two pieces of correspondence that we should discuss while Jason's here. The County of Renfrew Transportation Master Plan, and of course, the Wyland Shore deterioration concerns. And we've got a lovely group from Wyland Shore here. They do travel in packs, so it's nice to see them.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Anything from you? Nope.
Yeah, I'd like to add a closed session for identifiable individual.
Closed session. Right?
But we should do that at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
that at the end.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I get a confirmation of the agenda as amended? Jennifer, all in favor? Can I get an approval of the minutes from our committee meeting from April 19th, 2022? Brent, all in favor?
Mr. Chair, pecuniary interest.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. Is there any pecuniary interest or the general nature thereof? Seeing none. Thank you. And we have the approval for the minutes already. And I see we have no delegations today. And so that takes it to you, Jason.
All right, so first would be the transportation plan from the county. Annette and I have been talking about this plan. We think it's a very good process to go ahead through the county. At any time we can back away, so you know it's pretty much a win-win for everyone.
It's very flexible.
Yes.
And the county made it that way, just in case some the smaller municipalities, if we got too far down a road and it was too much for us. So it's a very flexible plan.
There's also a tower. It needs to be.
Abiongo and Klondike.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't see any problems with that tower going up.
Okay. So you and Annette can write the letter, and boy, that's going to help a lot of people on the mountain.
For sure,
It's fantastic.
for sure.
And I will say that Rogers is moving very quickly. What we don't necessarily see here at the table is that they are building some towers, but instead of building towers all over the place, they are doing things like co-locating. So if there's a bell tower, they are co-locating or TELUS. And they are also upgrading some of the apparatus that we have at present. So they are moving ahead very quickly.
The next issue would be the Wyland Shore Road. So that road right now is a 1.4 kilometer road. The first section, I was up there this morning, did some measuring. It's for the first 300 meters is roughly anywhere from 5.5 to 5.2 wide, which is, you know, it's not perfect, but it's all right. That section would need lots of ditching and banks taken away. And there would have to be some areas filled in and culverts installed to make the road a little bit more easier in that section. The rest of it, till you get down to the lake, ranges from anywhere from 4.8 meters to a 4 meter width, which you're down to a single lane pretty much.
Yeah.
And to move those areas, you're dealing with buildings, you're dealing with rocks, you're dealing with a variety of other problems.
So when you're saying single lane, That'd be that stretch all the way right along the water, most of it. doesn't it?
Actually, Jack, as soon as you come in,
Just before you get down to the water, right?
yeah, as soon as you come in there, there's a big mirror on,
Yeah.
up around that corner. It gets very, very narrow.
Yeah.
From there down through is bad.
Do we have enough of 4 meters is that road, like, is that at the township property or is that encroaching on other people's property? Do you know what that is?
I don't really know on that.
We don't really know, like even for ditching and stuff,
Yeah.
if we're on other people's property, that's the problem.
Well, that section there, you can't.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, even the other property, right, if
Yeah.
you're gonna ditch.
Yeah.
Because that's a forest road, is it not, if I remember correctly?
The last time I looked at that, the section along the lake has a 66-foot road allowance.
But that would be depending on where the shoreline allowance is.
That's right.
So if the shore has been encroached, you don't really have your 66
No,
feet
You're
anymore.
you've lost all that.
But if we wanted to do a lot of money in this, really, we should determine where our property line is before you start. Because the last thing I want to do is start moving, and then all of a sudden somebody says, no, you can't touch that because you're on. This is my property. So I think it has to be surveyed to
Well,
determine what we have.
That goes back even to when we did the road trip with Bill.
Yeah.
This is how long ago it was. We were looking at that portion of it back then. And it's a tough,
So I think realistically, we have to get a quote to survey it. Right?
Yes.
I would think.
I agree with you, but so we've got a couple of concerns on the go here. The one concern that I'm not sure we can address but send up to the province is the issue of the shot rock that was put down and it wasn't enough. And that was through the MNRF or MNR at the time. So that's a pretty serious concern that I think that we need to speak to the province about sort of immediately. The second issue is that I think that we need to find a simple solution for this year to make the road at least properly drivable, but that next year it's going to have to be re-engineered because there's obviously problems with erosion down to the lake. They're missing, parts of the road. So I'm just wondering, Jay, is there something that we can do not inexpensively, but not fully re-engineer the road this year and figure out a solution for next year?
The road I was in there this morning. There's only one area that needs patch right now.
Okay,
Other than that, road is the road.
okay. And with the hot mix, that's a better solution for patching.
The hot box, yes.
The hot box,
Yes.
sorry, yeah.
but I do know the troubles you're up against as well. All we can do is go what we know where we have our property, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah, but
with ditching and stuff on that, what we can clean up or whatever, as far as it goes with general maintenance to bring it up is all we can basically do this year on it.
Do what we can for this
Yes,
year.
that's right.
And then, but I don't disagree with the residents of Wyland that, it was part of our asset management plan. It is a terrible road. It hasn't been a good road in years. But it also wasn't driven as much as it's driven now. So a lot of those people that were formerly coming up here for a week in the summer or weekends, they're living here now. So it's being used for all the normal, so it's sort of a little urban street there with all those houses. So I think that we owe it to them to at least, I agree with you, Tim, maybe do some ditching, some best practices to make the water run as best as we can. And then work on an engineered plan for next year. But Jack's right, it should be surveyed so that we're not.
Well, it's just a common sense approach to, in the sense that, like, obviously if there's a pothole, we're gonna fix it, we're gonna fix what we can. But yeah, you have to end up
You have
at some
to
point
know
costing
what
out
you have.
survey, and we've discussed it, I remember discussing it several years ago, actually.
Yeah.
That we costed, I think, the survey, and we can look at it again, see what it would be. I have no problem with that. It makes sense, like,
And as for doing any ditching or maintenance, the way the road is right now, it's lower than the ditches.
Right,
So your water's got to build up to go across to get away right now, right? So for us to do anything major right now is, it's not even worth.
No, that's why I say, stay
Yeah.
within the,
Yes.
stay
Oh, yeah.
within the
Yeah.
realm of what we're allowed to do
Yes.
for maintenance, but what we know is ours. Bring that up to what you think is good for municipal standards, and we'll work on our plan.
I think that's the common sense approach to this. I don't want the people of Welland to feel that we're not listening or that we don't feel that that road deserves to be rehabbed. But I think it's also very easy to forget about some of the deterioration of these roads because we're not on them all the time. And so to have residents send photos, which is, the best, right? Photo evidence. I think that really brought it home because I have not been up there in easily a year.
But in somewhat of a defense, there are a lot of roads in our municipality that are in need of tender loving care, and we've done the best we could in the last 4 years to get things up to where they are. We still have to keep going, and that's where our asset management plan is into perspective, and we have to prioritize, and
Well, it's behind in some aspects of them, we're ahead in some other, like.
that's right,
The
so we're.
perfect example is Mill Street is like where it goes off the secondary bridge, there, that road to the, like, it's a nightmare, we have to patch so much of it now because of the heavy traffic when the one bridge is underdone, so like, that's, we're behind a lot of aspects.
But that's what I'm getting at, we're prioritizing
Yeah.
and not, and just because your road isn't fixed this year, doesn't mean we're not getting it.
But I think the operative word in the asset management plan is plan.
Yes,
Because sometimes you have to pivot, and I know that some roads have deteriorated where, we didn't expect them to have to be rehabbed for, 3 more years, and all of a sudden, you're in there with your guys or hiring a contractor, so I think that's a good plan going forward, Jay, if that's okay with
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we're gonna give them Annette and Jason direction then to get the road surveyed or get the cost estimate so that we can get it done.
Yeah, and then whatever you think that you can do even prior to the survey, get that done so there's not more deterioration. But if you could check with MNRF, that would be fantastic, because they were supposed to come back with shot rock. So,
They put shot rock or fieldstone.
Like, or
I
did they
thought it was
put
shot rock.
Rip rock, like,
I don't think they put shot, they're not putting shot rock in the water. I doubt.
It was up the back.
It
I
was-
Was
it
it shot
was-
rock?
Yeah, it
Up on the
was,
bank?
See,
It was
I
up on
know.
the bank?
yes, so.
See that?
Right at the end, along that shoreline,
Okay, right up on the.
yeah, where it's so steep.
see, I remember, I went up there with my pink construction boots and my pink hard hat.
Oh, there you go.
well, we'll give you a participation trophy.
Thanks.
Now, there also have to be further investigation done because the lake is sensitive.
Yes,
Because there is a section there that there's gonna have to be extensive work done where there's creeks flow.
Yep.
And, that area is.
our friend Mo will be involved,
exactly.
okay?
All
Just
right.
makes it more fun, Jason, that's all.
Sure it does. Sure it does. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have.
Okay, so with that being said, I'll ask for a mover to go into closed session.
So going into closed session, under section 239.2 of the Municipal Act, for negotiations, it's K, whatever.
I
K says.
don't have the
I know, it's all right.
terminology ahead of me, and you're,
Annette knows what I'm,
Okay, so I just wanted to print out, I can print out the new resolutions with the addition. I
okay.
have them ready to go here, but can you give me some idea of the identifiable individual matter you want to talk about? Is it a roads matter? Is it a parks matter?
we're not doing-
We're not doing Jack's right now, we're doing with
Just going to
Jason.
do the other
yeah,
one?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go in separately, we're gonna go. in
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
'cause-
doing a closed session at the end of the meeting,
yeah,
but this, just to get Jason on his way, it's not gonna be long,
no, it's not.
Okay, bear with me then.
just for those in the gallery to bear with us just for a few minutes while we discuss.
to leave? Yes.
Yes, we will, and we'll need to get your microphone as well.
Oh, yeah,
I thought so.
take your phone with you.
Yeah, I will, thank you.
Yeah, you can go
If
back,
you want,
just go,
yeah.
just go into the kitchen. Just go around to the left and to the right, there's a kitchen there.
Where is this?
All right.
Grab that door, Councillor Patrick. And our owl is still on.
Yes, because I'm not, I'm still. going.
Yep.
Oh, no, I can't end until we do the resolution. That's why.
Okay,
That's why I have it still on, but just bear with me a second. I'm just getting it saved there, so I can go and print it out at,
organized. Peak efficiency.
That's why you're chair.
Madam Chair.
You
Or I'll
gotta-
get us back on track.
That's right.
There's a mayor's report of the future.
It's got from what I got.
Oh, it is gone. Yes, it is. I don't have it even in my agenda here. The topic gets cut off.
We just skip right to two.
Two, yes, yeah.
The new math.
Roman numerals.
Well, we know how I was at Roman numerals there a few weeks ago, so
It was not pretty.
it worked.
It-
And you know what?
Actually,
You,
it
you,
did.
you all knew what I was talking about, so was it that bad?
I didn't even notice it then.
I know.
Yeah. All the bullies at the table, eh?
Used to be such a friendly like.
Oh, we finally got our one.
Oh, that was on the road.
Nice try.
Good.
You gonna put the plow on that?
Yes. Yeah.
What's 3/4 ton for then?
Well, we can switch back and forth.
Put a plow on that.
Yeah, we just got our one harness, put on the new one, and then just have the one. And Sam will go on either one.
Seen it there the other day.
So.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's
Yeah,
that's the main reason of
178 liters on those, eh?
That's the main reason though, too, is your efficiency. I know the fuel is a little bit more right now, but still
We're getting about
How big's the tank?
150 liters is what mine is.
178 or just the new one.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it could be
Which means it only costs $1,000 to fill up.
Yeah, so. So you want me to read it like this then?
yes.
I have a resolution dated this third day of May 2022, moved by Brent, that the committee proceed into closed sessions in accordance with the Municipal Act 2001, section 239-2, to deal with the matters as indicated below, a position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on or on behalf of the municipality or local board.
Brand
Job
new.
Brant moved and Jennifer seconded.
well done. You gotta.
All in
say
favor?
that.
That was very funny though. And that made that difficult on you.
Thank you. We are now enclosed